Science, logic, and common sense. Science, logic, and common sense are three essential tools that humans use to understand and navigate the world around us. Each of these tools has its own unique strengths and weaknesses, and they complement each other in important ways. Science is a systematic and evidence-based approach to understanding the natural world. It involves the use of the scientific method, which involves forming hypotheses, testing those hypotheses through experiments and observations, and drawing conclusions based on the results. Science allows us to develop a deep understanding of the natural world and make predictions about how it will behave in the future. Logic is a tool that we use to make sense of the world around us. It involves thinking logically and rationally, making clear and reasoned arguments, and identifying flaws in arguments made by others. Logic allows us to make sound decisions and avoid making mistakes based on faulty reasoning. Common sense is a collection of practical knowledge and experience that we accumulate over time. It includes things like intuition, heuristics, and gut feelings. Common sense allows us to make quick, instinctive decisions based on our past experiences and knowledge of the world, without having to rely on lengthy calculations or complex reasoning. While each of these tools has its strengths, they also have their limitations. Science, for example, is limited to what can be observed and measured, and may not be able to provide answers to questions that are beyond the scope of empirical investigation. Logic, on the other hand, can be used to make sound arguments, but it can also be used to justify flawed reasoning if the premises are incorrect. Common sense can be helpful in many situations, but it can also lead to biases and errors in judgment. Despite their limitations, science, logic, and common sense are all essential tools that we use to understand and navigate the world around us. By combining these tools and using them in a complementary way, we can gain a more complete and accurate understanding of the world, make sound decisions, and avoid common pitfalls and errors in judgment. What is science? Science is a systematic and logical approach to discovering how the natural world works. It involves using the scientific method, which is a process of asking questions, formulating hypotheses, and testing those hypotheses through observation and experimentation. The goal of science is to produce knowledge, which can be used to explain and predict natural phenomena. Why was the science of production agriculture (PQNK) not developed and applied? Agriculture is a unique sector that has not benefited from the application of science to understand the natural provision and protection systems. Instead of building upon natural ecosystems, research has focused on destroying them and highlighting deficiencies to promote the repeated sale of so-called agricultural inputs. As a result, the manipulation of natural algorithms that govern soil fertility and vegetation has had devastating consequences, affecting everything from soil and water quality to the environment and the cost and quality of food. Farmers and consumers have suffered, while input supply companies have flourished. It is time to reassess our approach to production agriculture and work towards supplementing, rather than substituting, natural processes. We must recognize the importance of building and supporting natural ecosystems to facilitate sustainable and profitable agriculture. By doing so, we can ensure the well-being of farmers, consumers, and the environment while promoting the long-term success of the industry.